Good morning, geeks and gamers. Ryan, I don't even think I like that whole piano intro. I just realized that after all this time. I don't know. What do you think?
Like, do I enjoy the song?
Yeah.
I mean, not particularly.
We need something more badass, you know? Like, I don't know. And without
Did
Jay
it copy
singing it,
Jay?
no, that's not badass.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you're talking about like his
Not
actual
his,
no.
not his. It's a day of the show with Brian. It's not that thing, right? I'm talking about the thing he does for his other stream. Boom, boom, no, 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 boom, boom, that thing.
Yeah, I think we need to. You know what? I'm gonna look into changing it. We'll see. I don't know. For some
Well,
reason
we
today I
could do.
realized it.
Did you hear my beatboxing?
I did. I
My, Aven-
did.
my Avengers theme. Yeah,
Maybe that could be our intro.
bro. People were surprised when I busted that out.
Yeah, man. He used to hang out with NSYNC back in the day when Justin Timberlake used to beatbox. He used to show JT how to beatbox, right?
Not JT, but listen, I listened to a lot of hip hop music back in the day. So ran with a
look
little
at
bit of a
there.
rough crowd.
He had a G unit chain back in the day. Okay, everybody.
And a watch, a matching watch as well. Dude, I miss my G unit spinner, dude. The thing was sick.
Why don't you get another one?
I could look.
Oh, Ryan with a G unit spinner. That's lore that you didn't know that you needed in your life. But
getting my next Halloween costume ready.
There we go. Steph says, "Oof, JT." Yeah, JT's getting roasted, man. I think it's from like all the Britney Spears fans or something. I think
It's
that's
all the
what
Britney
it is.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I've learned about Britney Spears is whatever like court order her father had her, and it was probably like the right thing.
It really was.
Like, she probably should not have had any freedom to do anything. It's just to be clear.
Listen,
that's
man,
how I feel.
I've always looked back on that, and that's kind of JT. He's the ultimate bullet dodger, man. He dodged a bullet. Okay, he dodged a damn bullet when he got away from Britney. I'll say that much. So
I always say Tupac dodged a bullet getting away from Jada, and he took one.
It's so true. Yeah. Seriously, dude, we could be looking back like Tupac died a literal like hero badass. Everybody loved him, and he if he would have lived, he would have ended up with Jada. Dude, he would have ended up like super soy, crying on TV. You know, like did you see that? Wasn't there like a video where like Will Smith's best friend or something the other day? Like he said something like he walked in on some celebrity banging Jada. What was that?
I saw like one tweet about it, and I was like, I don't even want to know right now.
Yeah. Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith's best friend and former assistant, brother Bilal says he walked in on Dwayne Martin having sexual relations with Will Smith. Oh, with Will Smith.
Yeah, with
Jada.
Will. That's what it was.
Okay,
it was gay shit. Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh no. Dwayne Martin was in Above the Rim with Tupac. That's is that
like the ultimate meme, right? There's like, you know, famous like black celebrities that are just fucking each other. Like that's where that meme comes from. Like the I'm not gay. Like that comes from a Law and Order SVU episode where they were doing a take on it, something that actually happened in real life. It was about a football player and like athletes who they all just fucked each other, but they were keeping it on the down low. And like Ice-T, I remember Ice-T in that show, he has a son, but the only time he ever talked to a son who happens to be gay in the show is when it revolves around gay shit. That is the only time the son comes into the equation is when there's like a murder or a rape or something that has to do with a gay person. And he'll like knock on his son's door. He'll be like, "Oh, Dad, nice to finally see you." He's like, "Hey, son, I got some questions about some gay shit." That's pretty much how it works. So he goes to his son to ask him about like black men who are on the down low.
Oh my god! Here, Ryan, I put it in the chat. Play this clip. This is the clip right here that we're talking about. So this is wild, dude. This is wild. I don't know what the hell to believe anymore. I think Do I think Will Smith is? Do I think that there's a possibility this could be true? Absolutely.
It would
Absolutely.
explain why he stayed with Jada.
Yeah. Here we go. Right here. Holy
Brother
crap.
Bilal. Seems like a reputable guy.
He was the woman that everybody wanted, and Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had a small dick.
Oh, I am saying,
Bro, who's this woman that just said that? The way she talks is weird. Are you saying that Will Smith had a small dick?
No,
I wasn't ready for that.
I haven't heard any of this. I just saw it and bookmarked it yesterday.
What the hell?
Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had a small dick.
Oh, I am saying to you, if a woman is used to something the size of a baby leg and you come in with a pinky toe, there's nothing you can do to please her. You can buy her 80 cars, you can get her 80 private jets. If she's itching for that baby leg, she want that baby leg.
So is Tupac got the baby leg? Is that what?
What the fuck? Best friend? This clearly doesn't sound like Will's best friend.
Can beat a person so much that they fall into submission.
And who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
Well, I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book. You know, your pictures in the book and your name is in the book. So you like you're doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up. I love that.
Hold on. Pause it. Why does this look like a Comic-Con moment?
Yeah, like
You know
this
what I
looks like that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah. That looks like a Comic-Con moment. It don't look like a friend hanging out at a restaurant with Will Smith. I'm just saying, from that in that moment, it looks
Just
like a Comic-Con.
thing, yeah.
You up.
Dude, this is what Jada makes the new people do. And I ain't gonna say no, they probably been there after myself, right? They will make you check into a rehab. And they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're gonna pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I've saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio.
Is that the only clip that they have to show this guy is credible? A Comic-Con video of him and Will Smith? That's weird.
Yeah,
His best friend, and the only clip we have is that weird video. Again, I'm not saying that there isn't more, but why wouldn't they be showing pictures of him hanging out with Will Smith at parties, at the house?
Yeah, like a picture
vacation. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's where I again, maybe this guy is, but I don't know, man.
Room, I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie and they're calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like I'm trying to find this. Like this is unlike him, right? So I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him, murdering him. Like,
bro, dude, this does not sound legit at all.
I have a hard time believing some of this.
This does not sound legit at all. This sounds so bullshit.
You were just killing him, just standing up. Right over Will's asshole. Just straight up plowing that hoe.
This does not sound
murder. It was murder in there.
Unwind with Tasha gets the scoop about Will Smith's anal sexcapades with Dwayne Martin from Brother Bilal.
This does not sound legit at all. Brother Bilal. All right. So, like, I've never heard of this guy. I'm going to Google him with his name with Will Smith and just see if like
I see a lot of listen, I've heard a lot of like random speculation and rumors about Will, but as I look through this, a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't believe this shit. You're about to get sued.
yeah, I don't buy that. I don't see
Brother Bilal just walking in to the trailer.
I Google Brother Bilal and Will Smith, and I don't see any like legitimate pictures to suggest that they're actually best friends at all. I see nothing. Like one of the pictures they reference is that Comic-Con video. That's weird, man. That's weird. I'm saying that that's not true.
Well,
unless I see
think
more
he could have
evidence.
been like he could have been working for him in some capacity, like an assistant in some way. The idea that it's put as best friend,
Yeah, that's where
former assistant is the weird thing.
Yeah. And I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. But it is funny. It is funny. But I don't think it's true.
Just standing over him, killing him, murder. There's been a murder in Savannah.
But if in that situation, any normal person, if you walk in and that's going on, you don't stand there to look long enough to be able to break it down. I'm like, I'm gone.
Well, like, no,
I'm not. Well, I'm walking out.
Well, if you bust in there and you see Will Smith bent over and Dwayne Martin behind him, I mean, it's not like you have to stand there and analyze things.
I'm turning around, leaving, getting in my truck and leaving and never coming back. That's what I'm doing. Wherever that's at, I want to be as far away from that situation as humanly possible.
Bilal's like, I looked, I saw him killing and murdering him. I said, bet. I got next in line. Like that's what I'm expecting from this wild shit show interview.
Oh man. All right. Well, welcome in to Geeks and Gamers Daily. This one started out pretty interesting. Hey, Ryan, you had a pretty good conversation with Star Wars Theory and Mahler yesterday. I've seen about an hour and a half of it so far. So it looked like it went pretty well.
God, we went for a long time. We went like 4.5 hours on the thing. But yeah, it was fun. I was on Theory's channel. There were some people that were not happy about that.
Oh, I can believe it. I can believe it.
There were some, even in the chat, there were some people that were not happy about it. But I think it was good.
I saw a comment and it was like, way to ruin your entire channel, Theory. Live streaming with Kennel is a mistake. And I was just going to respond. I'm like, hell yeah. Anybody that live streams with Kennel is a fucking horrible person.
I mean, there's some validity to that. There's some validity to that for sure. But no, it was good. And obviously, it depends on like what the conversation is and who you're talking to. But I feel like I got to talk a lot about Star Wars last night, like I don't normally get to, which is good. Mm-hmm. Just kind of like digging in the meat of it and stuff like that. Not just about current day garbage Disney Star Wars, but also about, kind of the things I really like about Star Wars. Still like about it.
Well, I mean, so I've long said that you're one of the most knowledgeable Star Wars fans I know, and I was happy that you actually were able. And again, I've only seen about an hour and a half of it so far, but I was happy that you got to kind of show everybody like I know what the hell I'm talking about, especially the EU, and things like that. And your legitimate criticisms of, Clone Wars, Dave Filoni, and all of that. So I thought it was really good. I can't wait to watch the rest of it. But yeah, it looked like a really good conversation. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, it was good. And, we thought similar about a lot of things, but also some differences we tried to get into, like about the future Star Wars and whether it should be Filoni or not and stuff. So
yeah. Absolutely. And I see Rippa in the chat. What's up, Rippa? Rippa was too scared to play Party Animals last night. So I'm okay. I mean, I get it. He's intimidated. I totally understand.
He made up some bullshit about being too busy last time, right?
Yeah. He's like, he's just too busy. It's like something, I don't know. Like he acts like he has something going on right now. It's like, yeah, the internet, we know, Rippa, the internet tells us you ain't got nothing going on. Just play Party Animals, bro. But check out Alpha Core. It's crushing it right now. All right. So let's read a few super chats. Then we got a lot to talk about. A lot of Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff to talk about. Indeed. By the way, Az did join us last night for Party Animal, so that was cool. So that was fun. It was, dude.
Is he good? I didn't get to watch him because I was streaming the whole time. Is he good?
Yeah, well, he won. You could tell, like, Az was good at the game, but Az basically was targeting me, and I was targeting Az the whole time. That's all we were doing. It was really fun. It was really fun. He won the very first, like, what was it? Was it the poison map? I think he won the very first one he was in, and then Steph ended up winning the whole thing a couple of times. I won the very last match, so that was pretty cool. So I was happy about that. Black Girl Magic says, "Hail!" Teeny Bopper says, Ryan, the Star Wars Theory stream was great. The chat was impressed with your EU knowledge, and the vast majority of post-stream comments were positive.
Hey, that's good. That's good to hear. I did not. I specifically didn't really look at the chat too much through most of it. One, just because we were pretty deep in conversation, and two, because I had a feeling that some people there might be a little hostile. But it was good. Overall, it seems like there's been a lot of really positive feedback, and it's like I said, it's good to talk about Star Wars in just a pretty open setting where you can go anywhere. So it's fun.
Yep. Drew Outstanding in the Field says, do we know if the Marvels takes place before or after Secret Invasion, or timeline of all the movies since Endgame? I think we determined it takes place after Secret Invasion, right? On Friday Night Tights.
So there's a little bit of there's not a ton of clarity on that. It could be before, it could be after. I think the impression for every single person was that Secret Invasion was before this, and then the movie came out and it feels completely disconnected to Sam's character from Secret Invasion. It doesn't feel like there was any purpose for Secret Invasion to exist before it, if it did. So a lot of people are kind of puzzled by it. Because his Skrull wife wasn't up there on the space station, so I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. Obi-Wan John for 20 says, Ryan, good to see you on Star Wars Theory. I own all the expanded universe. They threw money away. Threw money away when they destroyed that. Oak Barrel says, why are you guys not letting Jay sing the intro? He's a peacock, guys. You got to let him fly. We got to keep him in check a little bit. Shout out to Jay for helping out on Cobra Cast last night.
Jay doesn't sing when I'm on the stream.
Yeah, he doesn't want to make you angry.
He knows it would bother me. He's right.
Yeah, he doesn't want to make you angry. Let's see. Is it Life? Is that how you say that? Lyphe. How do you pronounce that, Ryan? The $9.99 super chat. You could pronounce that Life? I wonder.
Life. Life. I don't know.
I wonder if the song from Pulp Fiction was playing in the background where Marcellus Wad was getting it from Zed. Dude, I think this thing's gonna be meme to hell. I really do. I really think so. I don't
know how seriously people are gonna take it.
No, but it's the memes. It's just memes, man. You know how the internet is. Tomok for 20 says, who knew that Will was into NTR? What's up, Tomok? Dude, Ryan. I know we got a few more. We'll catch up on this shortly. Did you see that we have the numbers for Monday at the box office for the Marvels? Right here, the Marvels comes in at $2.4 million on its first Monday. In comparison, the movie that saved lives, Eternals, hit 4.2.
Yeah, and it's a real similar drop when you compare the numbers to the numbers, right? I think that would probably be about a 74% drop, based on the opening weekend for Eternals at 71 million, opening weekend for the Marvels at 46 million. I bet the drops are fairly similar, but it is tracking significantly behind it, which tells you it's going to have just as bad of a drop as Eternals in all likelihood, which was a really bad drop for them. I think the first Monday for Incredible Hulk was 6 million back in 2008. It obviously had much better legs. So it does not bode well. But everybody is having a freaking meltdown right now over this. That's really
it's been glorious. It's been glorious. It really has. And so right now, as it stands, the full-on meltdown from the Shills is here. They are coping hard. They are trying to spin this. They are trying to twist this. They're trying to do anything and everything they can to make excuses for why this has happened, when in reality, there are no excuses. It's just a reality. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is what they were pushing for. Diversity is our strength. And we are seeing the result of your diversity, of your representation. And I think it's glorious to watch this all play out. This has been fantastic. What are you looking for right now?
I'm looking for Eternals.
Oh, you're looking for the Eternal. Okay, so while you're doing
I want
that,
to compare those percentages because I think it's probably pretty similar, like based on how they opened, you know.
Well, while you're doing that, I've got this one right here, some cope, right here. Hey, movies aren't only for men. Comic book movies aren't only for men, or comic books aren't only for men. Comic book movies aren't only for men. Men, specifically white men, need to understand this. These spaces do not belong to you. Woke MCU forced diversity using sexist, bigoted terms like these proves you do not understand my above point. So a film starring a white woman, a black woman, and a Pakistani Canadian woman led a bunch of men to lose their minds. Hey, I get it. Brie Larson said something several years ago that that caused your genitals to shrivel up and fall off. But my advice is to stop watching chuds on YouTube and realize that gate. It was never yours to keep. So don't watch chuds on YouTube, everybody. These people are losing their fucking minds right now.
I feel like this guy, there's a typo in his name. I feel like the X shouldn't be there. Just something tells me that the X was just a slip on the keyboard. I think Jonathan just loves men. But he likes watching women in movies.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I saw that. I think Yellow Flash retweeted that. And I'm like, bro, these people are losing their minds. Again, my advice for you, if you are so upset that the Marvels didn't make money, what I would suggest is stop talking about it on Twitter and actually go see the movie. I know it's a crazy idea. It's a crazy idea that the film that you're continuously crying and whining about that wasn't successful, maybe if you actually stopped talking about it on social media and you actually went and spent money to go watch it, maybe it would be successful. I know, crazy idea. I guess you'd have to have a job first. You'd actually have to have a life instead of just crying on Twitter all day long. It's just an idea.
That's not the only one, Jeremy. The cope is wild right now over the failure of this movie. We talked about it in the lead up. We knew it was probably going to be bad. I don't know if any of us predicted this. This is the lowest of the low. This is the bottom point of the MCU, the low point in the 15-year MCU history as the Marvels continues to get worse. And you're seeing articles like this. The Marvels faces anti-woke backlash after box office flop, echoing Captain Marvel attacks. You're starting to see people say, well, it's misogynist, it's bigots, it's this. You've got the insiders, the scoopers that want to stay on good terms with Marvel who are desperate to spin the whole, well, they were on strike, they weren't able to market it. That's why it failed. People like Big Screen Leaks, people like Can We Get Some Toast? They're out there pushing that. This freak, I don't know if you saw this freak.
I saw this one. I saw it.
He got through the whole bingo card.
Yeah, I was actually going to make a video on this, man. This was just way too good. This was way too good.
Like, this is the entire bingo card of reasons behind everything. Bigotry, misogyny, racism, sexism, all this crazy stuff. None of it could possibly be that maybe the movie's just not good and people aren't interested anymore. You got this guy, I think he's a CBR writer who's got me blocked, but luckily somebody made this. Dude. This is still the highest grossing film opening by a black female director.
Yeah, I
congratulations. Holy shit.
I screenshotted that, and he apparently unblocked me to quote tweet me and then blocked me again.
Yeah, this
And
dude's
then
a little piece of shit.
oh,
I
he's
fucking can't
pathetic.
stand this cocksucker.
Yeah, this guy is so pathetic. But yeah, so because somebody tagged him and he says, Jeremy couldn't even quote tweet you. No, I couldn't because I was blocked. So I had to screenshot it and post it. I would love to quote tweet his tweet. I would absolutely love to do that. But I don't have the ability to do that. But yeah, I mean, the fact that this was where your mind went was to say that this is still the highest.
Biggest failure in MCU history is the best we've had for a black female director. Think about what you're doing when you're virtue signaling like that. We're going to congratulate you on your catastrophic failure because of your gender and your skin color. Ignore the fact that it's a dog shit movie. Ignore the fact that it's the biggest failure we've seen in the franchise. At least she's a black woman.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. I love it.
This person. There are numerous reasons why many might dislike these movies. And I'm not saying they're perfect, but looking at them, there seems to be an undeniable pattern. Yes, people just hate women. You know, where was the backlash for Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it was there. Wonder Woman 2018, whenever it comes out, 2017. I don't feel like there was a lot of backlash. I feel like it made a lot of money. And I feel like in general, it was well received by fans. There wasn't too much backlash surrounding it. Now, then you made Wonder Woman 1984, and there was a lot of backlash surrounding it. Was it because it was a woman, or is it because of a fucking shitty movie?
Yeah.
Like, you can only push these ridiculous narratives for so long, and they are completely desperate now.
Well, I mean, at this point in time, it is glorious to watch this all play out. And this is the result of it. This crowd, these weirdos, these freaks that are defending this on Twitter, this is what you get. Them defending it on Twitter. They don't go see these movies. They don't have money. They don't pay money. And they don't support these films beyond virtue signaling on social media. And this is what you get. Disney, Marvel, this is what we've been telling you. If you pander to fans, do you know what fans do? Fans actually go see movies multiple times. Fans actually go see them and then argue about them, talk about them, debate them. Then they go buy the merchandise. Then they go out and they go to Comic-Cons. They go to all that. The crowd that you've pandered to, they do none of that. None of it.
This person's very upset that people on YouTube don't like the Marvels. Like, this is all the things that are being, like, blamed now. Well, it's YouTubers. They're the ones. They made this fail. They talked so bad about it. They ran a hate campaign about it. Now nobody wants to see it. And it's either we have, like, the most impact in the world or we're making no impact at all.
Yeah.
That's what the arguments flip between that.
I love
this
Gary's
fucking
thumbnail,
dude.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
Like, yeah, this person here, we live, we love, we lie. Well, I believe you about the last one. We'll see how long the first one happens based on the fan base you're part of. But yeah, dude, it's insane the cope that we're seeing from people regarding all of this stuff. It's a total failure. I think everybody has to admit it. And now they're just scrambling for reasons to excuse the failure, whether it's because, well, the actors, or whether it's because toxic fans.
Yeah. Again, this was never a question as to if we were going to end up in this place. It was just a question of when we were going to end up in this place based on the decisions that they made with this most recent phase with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I like Ryan said, though, as bad as I have thought it to be, this is worse than I thought. I didn't think this is the bottom of the barrel, and then we're now scraping through the gunk and the junk, and that's where we are with this. And the actuals came in lower than the estimates. So the estimates was at 47, I think, right? And the actual came in at 46.1, I think is what it was for the opening weekend domestically. And now you're looking at the Monday numbers, and
I did find this breakdown too.
Okay.
This is the great comparison from Louise. So when at 2.4, it is significantly less than Eternals. But when you look at the percentage drop, that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of how it's going to track, right? So that's a 74% from what it had on Sunday for the Monday. So like 9 million something to 2.4 million. Woo! Eternals was a 73.9% drop. So basically a 74% drop as well. Hulk was a 61%. Compared to some of these other bad things, Dark Phoenix, almost 70. Birds of Prey, 72.5. Morbius, 75. So that's I don't think you're gonna have great word of mouth for this movie. Something tells me.
No. So like right now, what is your prediction domestically and worldwide for this movie right now, Ryan? Right now.
Right now, domestically, 101 million.
You think it's
Maybe.
gonna break 100? You think it's gonna break 100?
I think it has
What did
to.
Flash hit domestically?
Like 110 or something.
Jeez.
I'm gonna say 100, and then I'm gonna say internationally it tops out about like 130, maybe 230 million worldwide.
So 250? 250 is the ceiling at this point?
250. I don't know, man. Based on what we're seeing, yeah.
Oh. And it does like what's the this sounds like a dumb question, okay? But when's what's coming out in the next few weeks? Does it have any competition?
Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes comes out this week. Rachel Zegler's movie.
So I would consider that competition. I would consider that competition.
I think it's gonna make more than the Marvels.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would consider it competition. Think of if Dune had been in theaters right now.
Ooh.
And the Marvels didn't have IMAX. Think of what we'd be looking at. Think of how bad it would be. Because I think probably about 10 to 15% of the total revenue was from IMAX.
Wow. This is amazing. You deserve this, Disney, Marvel, you deserve this. All you freaks on Twitter, all you weirdo clowns that are coping so hard. This is your Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is your Star Wars. This is what happens when you pander to a bunch of weirdos with pronouns in their bio. This is the result. It's always going to be the result. It's never going to change. This is your future if you continue to pander to these weirdos right here. That's it. And you deserve it.
I feel like my prediction's like really like the most positive it could be. But it's so hard to just predict that this thing won't hit 200 million. Like the idea of that is insane.
Maybe it'll hit 199 at the global box office. What if it hits 199? How perfect would that be if this film finishes with the 199? That would be glorious right there. I would be okay with that.
And it was truly meant to be. Then you can blame us.
That's right. That is right. Holy shit. Did you see this really quick, Ryan? I don't know if did you see this quote from Christopher Nolan? If this
about streaming services?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Dude, this is why Nolan is the fucking GOAT, okay? Right here. Chris Nolan says they've been working hard on the home version of Oppenheimer that fans can own, and that no evil streaming service can come and steal from you. Yes, Nolan continues to be the fucking man.
So
I love it, dude. It is so. He hates streaming, dude. He hates it. He can't stand streaming. He can't stand this digital bullshit. Nolan is the man, dude. I love the fact that the most prominent and prolific director in Hollywood right now despises streaming. He despises it. Oh, this is so good. So yeah, I love it. That was so funny when I saw that.
It's crazy that physical media is just a couple like years away from being dead.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of DVDs and stuff, like or Blu-rays.
It's sad. It really is. And I hate it, man.
At the same time, I never use physical media. I just don't.
I don't use it much anymore with Blu-rays and everything, but I do with video games.
If I have the option, I usually do get the physical for a video game for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's just because you're already like interacting with the PlayStation, the controller and everything. I don't know why, but for me, the idea is insane. It seems so wild now. The idea of going to say my PS5 and putting in a Blu-ray and like sitting down and watching it. I don't know. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
There's only a couple things that that aren't available on streaming, I guess, that I want to watch.
Yeah, I just like one thing that at least is good is I think that like retro toy stores and gaming stores and all that are always going to be a niche. They're always going to exist, and I always try to go support them. I love shopping at local retro stores. I do wonder, like in 5 years, like how's the world going to look with department stores and Walmart and Target and all of that? You know what I mean? Like, how will those stores look? Because if you look at something like what Best Buy, didn't Best Buy announce that they're getting rid of all their like physical DVD and
Yeah.
Blu-ray and all of that?
I don't even know what Best Buy is gonna be other than just a place to go, like, get a cell phone cover.
I know that's really all it's going to be. That's what I say. Like in 5 years, what are these places going to look like? And I hate it because I love going to stores. I love that's just my thing. I like going to shop at stores. I like browsing, checking things out. But it's get to the point where you can't even find anything in stores now. Like I will go to like some local store to try to get something that I need, and I can't find it, and I end up having to buy it off fucking Amazon. You know what I mean? They don't have it because there's not a demand for it or whatever, or maybe they just don't comprehend that they need these types of things in the store. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yep. Oh, go ahead.
I used to go to Best Buy, like, all the time for everything, and there's just no reason to go anymore.
Yeah, there really isn't. Sad but true. We have a great crowd, not only here, but on Rumble. So welcome in everybody. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to our Rumble audience and our YouTube audience. We will have Tuesday nights a main event tonight here on the main Geeks and Gamers channel. And make sure you subscribe to Geeks and Gamers Play, our gaming live stream channel. So make sure you're subscribed over there. All right, let's read some super chats, Ryan. And let me see. I'll unstar the ones that I read, so that you don't get confused on that. Let's see. All right. So we should be good now. So you can start popping up there. Oh, we got Gremlin for 50. Says, you know how much money I've saved listening to the two of you on how shit a lot of movies are nowadays. Here's your cut. Well, look at there. Well, thank you, Gremlin. Appreciate you. Gremlin's always massive supporter. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing. Like that's why I'm really happy to be part of things like Friday Night Tights. And, you know, you've got so many different channels. Like I've just gotten checked out on so much stuff right now. And I think it's absolutely crucial that things get covered, where it's Loki and all that bullshit. I fucking can't stand watching that shit, dude. I just don't have the passion for it right now. You know, but people want to know. They want an honest take on things. And this nonsensical narrative that YouTubers are just helping these movies, that is just nonsense in every way, shape, or form. That is someone that just is jealous that somebody like Gary gets a lot more views than them. Somebody that says that. But no, as someone that used to watch a lot of YouTube before I got a following on YouTube, I relied on YouTubers that I trusted to give me feedback. It's like, oh man, should I go see this or should I not go see this? Because you just can't trust the mainstream critics anymore. You just can't do it. And so, but it got to a point, and I remember, I think Ripa made a video on this talking about, again, it's not breaking any news here, but 2015, 2016 fundamentally changed the world of entertainment. It changed the country. It changed the world in a lot of ways. But that was where I saw the change happen. From the YouTubers I was watching, they used to talk about nerd shit and video games and movies. And suddenly they started to talk about politics and Orange Man bad. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Why are my favorite movie reviewers calling half the country racist for voting differently? What the hell's actually happening right now? And that's where everything started to change. And now we've got this whole different wave of YouTubers and internet personalities that I think are doing something very important. Like, who are the two biggest people right now? And pretty much like it's Drinker and Gary. You know what I mean? In the nerd sphere, it's Drinker and Gary. They're the two guys. You know what I mean? And that's a testament to how bad things have gotten in the entertainment world, but also how much people are frustrated with it. because Drinker and Gary are calling out the bullshit. You know what I mean? And they're holding Hollywood accountable, and people are connecting with that, and it's important. So anyway, thank you, Grillman. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, Gremlin. Giggles and Bits, member for 5 months. Hail the 199 and Pinky Toe, Will Smith. Tearing the Black for 199. Bilal is a day one friend with Wilson's Def Jam.
Say what?
Brother Bilal is a day one friend with Wilson's Def Jam. Says Tearing the Black.
Okay.
I don't know. Biggles Mets for 2. The story is actually about Jeremy, not Will. Thank you, Biggles. Blake Barrett for 2. He walked in on a couple of guys up to no good. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. Suma Orange for 2. Are we going to see Ryan bent over Jeremy? Probably not.
Not going to happen.
Blake Barrett for 2. New Will Smith movie, The Pursuit of a Penis. The Pursuit of a Penis.
Oh, no.
Pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Richie Torres 199. Godzilla -1 needs to outperform the Marvels. That'd be awesome.
When does that come out? December 1st, I think, right? I think it comes out December 1st.
I don't know.
Are you going to watch that? I think it looks awesome.
Probably. Is it all Japanese?
I think so. It's going to be subtitled. Yeah, I think it's going to be subtitled.
I'll see what people say about it. Probably. I'm not going to go until I hear what other people say.
It looks really good.
Young Sykes for 10. Don't listen to YouTubers. You mean the same YouTubers who try to give criticism and sound advice and make your crappy movies better? Well, I guess you can't save the people who are so stuck on stupid. Thank you, Young Sykes.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be like, if you really want to know how to start fixing Disney Star Wars, you would watch Theory Stream with Ryan and Waller. You would get a lot of good feedback. You're not going to get every answer there, but you would get a lot of good feedback and a lot of opportunities to understand how this is fundamentally broken, the Star Wars fandom and the universe. And you could really start to rebuild those pieces just by taking a little bit of the advice from that stream.
One of the things I talked about on that stream actually was just how important being honest is. Whatever you're talking about in terms of how you feel about something, whether you love it, whether you hate it, not feeling like, well, I don't like this thing. I don't know if I should tell anyone I don't like it, or the opposite way. Sometimes people feel pressured into not liking something. But it's important that everybody's honest, because that's the bet. One, it's good for the fandom for everybody to be fucking honest, because the more people are honest about what they feel, encourages others, if they feel the same way, to also speak out about it. But also for the fucking creatives, for the studios, to hear people talking honestly about something and giving feedback, regardless of whether they think it's great or whether they think it's fucking shit. If you just have a bunch of people out there that are too afraid to put out how they really feel about a show, that's going to lead to worse product at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
No one's being honest about it.
Absolutely. 100%.
The Genreverse for 10. Thank you.
The Genreverse. When he said genre, I'm like, what do you mean genre?
Booty for $1 on Rumble. Did y'all ever go over what Daredevil EP said about the show? Bounding covered it. For what I saw, they basically just said, hey, we're diving into every single piece of Daredevil content we can and trying to absorb everything. That's the show, that's comics, that's everything. That's what I saw from them. But might be a little more to it. TJ Law, member for 3 months. 20% of the box office revenue came from Bree's white tank top. I don't deny it. Dom H with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Dom. Rob Morgan for 4 months. Went to see the Marvels to empower women left with chlamydia. Yeah. Fictitious Dave Savage, member for 3 months. Will Smith in Enema of the State. John Stalcott for 2. Marvel's #1 this week. LOL. Only spin they have. Oh, the top box office movie, the top global movie in the world. Like, that's what they say.
Yeah. That we're at a point now where no one fears the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So like, you remember how you used to like years and years ago, Ryan? Like, well, I mean, I don't know how closely you followed box office stuff back in the day, but obviously, like when a Star Wars movie release, everybody clear the path, get the hell out of the way. Star Wars is coming to town. You know what I mean? Get your movie at least 5 weeks away from that. You know what I mean? We're not MCU used to have that same kind of fear. Now people are like, yeah, let's just release it like the week after or the same day as the MCU. Who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. It's not. I think this is especially the indicator that it's not like this death to every other movie that's out there anymore.
Right.
I wish Dune hadn't moved.
Yeah, I know, man.
But it is what it is.
I can't wait. I mean, Dune, I was blown away by Dune. And I didn't know anything about it. I just was going just to see it, just to kind of go, okay, what's this all about? I can't believe how good I've seen it multiple times now. It's one of the best cinematic experiences I've had in a long time. Just mind-blowingly beautiful. And the scope and the scale was kind of like hard to even process when I saw it at first. And I really can't wait for the next one, man. I hope the next one does big time numbers. Definitely is a franchise that I think deserves it for sure. But yeah, and Denis Villeneuve is just Nerd Cookies is here. Dune? Somebody
anytime we say Nerd Cookies was in the theory chat last night too. Shout out Nerd Cookies.
Nerd Cookies is awesome. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Can't wait for a part 2. Was it February? When did they push it back to? March?
March something, I believe.
Okay.
Because then it would have gone up against Snow White, I think, at some point, which was originally supposed to be in March. So, where am I? Tobias Nexus for 2. The cope was funny, but now it's just sad. Black Girl Magic for 2. Ryan needs some Black Girl Magic. How about that? Tobias for 5. At least it's digital IMAX. I think any employee who has to watch the Marvels over and over for a month would hurl themselves out of the window. Taker for 5. Can someone put the singing Planet King Prince in the Ice-T meme? Will Jay's gaping butthole guy change to Will Smith's murdered butthole? Just killing him, man. Murder.
Just killing him, man. Just murdering him. I saw someone say like, and I meant to highlight it. We were in the middle. Somebody like, Jeremy, you guys don't understand how black culture is. This is how we talk about situations like that. It's like, no, I get that. The point being is that his best friend, with the only evidence of them together, is a fucking Comic-Con picture where it looked like he paid probably $75 to get Will Smith to stand there and do a smartphone front-facing camera video with him. That was the evidence. So you add that to the equation. We've never heard of this guy. He's being presented as his best friend. And if you are really his best friend, like, would you really talk about that? Like, about your best friend like that? That doesn't make sense. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. But maybe I'm wrong. Dom dropped 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Dom. Appreciate you, brother. And what are you looking up, Ryan?
Something Dom just sent in.
Oh, okay.
I think they've charged that hockey player with
Oh, yeah. Really?
Maybe. It looks like it.
Really? That's wild, man. That's a wild story. Lover
That's
of
insane, dude.
Yeah. Lover of Green for 5 says, here's my daily appreciation for the Fellowship, Nerd Wars, Gremlin, Disco Cobra, Dom H, and Young Sykes. Hail to you, lads, and the 199. Hell yes. Thank you. Appreciate that. Jessica Avery says, did you ever hear from Sailor J? Is he okay? We did have a phone call last night. I was supposed to follow up with him after the Party Animal stream. I shot him a text, haven't heard back from him, but I will be following up with him after this stream. So, but we did have a phone call last night.
We just got $50 from TJ. I almost always get physical media when it comes to movies, but for some reason, not so much video games, only if they're not available digital. I also have a gaming addiction and constantly change my mind on which one of my near 1,500 games to play.
Bro, I hear you on that. I got so many games that I own that I just have not played. It's just that's just a gamer thing right there.
Let's get into this other Marvel news, though, that came out earlier. The past 2 weeks have been just a flurry of Marvel news, from the massive thing that dropped in Variety to the Captain America 4 movie getting massive reshoots and pushed back in a big way, the Blade movie with its complete and total overhaul, the Daredevil project, everything, right? It seems like they're really looking to shift gears completely because they've completely and totally failed as a brand. But now this came out yesterday, Jeremy. Avengers 5. Marvel changes plan for Kang movie writer amid actor controversy. The speculation's been out there, even in that big article in Variety, whether they could shift the focus away from Kang and maybe onto somebody like Doctor Doom. Well, Joanna Robinson, the person who wrote that Reign of the MCU that's had all those different things out there, did all the different interviews, she said that the reason that they moved off from Jeff Loveness, the reason he separated from the project months ago, like we talked about, was because they're ready to move in a different direction. Jeff Loveness was reportedly told that Marvel Studios was likely moving away from Kang, which is why he was removed from Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. And now there's even questions out there if they're going to even call it that, if they're just going to rename it to something else. There's somebody else attached to the project now, if they might rename it and focus it on a different character. But a lot of the feeling seems to be that they're ready to move away from Jonathan Majors, regardless of the outcome of his trial and all that shit. Mostly because people fucking have not identified with the character. They don't like the character. They don't like the way it's portrayed, and they hate the entire saga that's being set up.
Yeah, I mean, we're at now. There's no more. This isn't up for debate anymore about what's going on with the MCU, and it's a bigger problem just with Disney in general. But if we're specifying this to the MCU right now, specifically there, my God, like you just said. Whether it's the news about Blade and that trash fire, whether it's all of the other projects where they're having creative problems. We've obviously seen what's happened with Captain Marvel 2, which ultimately turned into the Marvels, which I'm still questioning why were they so focused on moving away from the Captain Marvel 2, but that's another discussion for another time. Now this Jonathan Majors thing, where they've built, the plan was to build a lot of the universe around him, correct? Ryan, moving forward?
The Kang Dynasty is the name of the next Avengers movie.
Yeah, so
he's the next big bad in Marvel was him.
So everything
all
was
the
going to be
multiverse
centered
stuff
around
surrounding Kang.
Everything was going to be centered around him. They had completely elevated him, but I don't really again, I don't think I've seen one thing with him in it. What was he in?
Jonathan Majors?
Yeah.
Loki.
Yeah.
So season 1 of Loki, Ant-Man of the Wasp: Quantumania, and season 2 of Loki.
Yeah, so I haven't seen anything with him in it. None of them. And was he just not good in the role? Was the writing not good for him? What was it exactly?
All of the above.
All of the above.
He feels like a theater actor. That's what it feels like. In every single one of his iterations, that's what it feels like. And I feel like they thought he was just going to really pop off the screen and everyone was going to love, but that just hasn't happened. There was some intrigue in the character at the end of Loki season 1. Ant-Man of the Wasp: Quantumania ruined him for a lot of people. And then coming back as Victor Timely in his appearance there, people didn't like that. I don't think people really enjoyed that from Loki season 2. And in general, there's not any interest in this character, a character we've already seen be defeated a couple times. But there's, infinite amount of him in the multiverse. So I don't know, man. I just, regardless of the outcome of his trial, regardless of any of the allegations from his ex, any of that stuff, I think it is the right move to get away completely from him and maybe bring in somebody like Doctor Doom that people might actually be interested in.
But the fact is that's the whole problem with the MCU in the beginning, is why isn't Doctor Doom in this already? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, in terms of
the decision
Yeah.
to move forward with that, because I understand with rights and everything like that. But I'm just saying, like, at this point in time, eh, I don't think that there's any isolated decisions like this that improve anything. Bringing Doctor Doom into the equation, into the current MCU, I don't think that helps anything. I think that that's just going to be more of the same. And honestly, I would, again, as someone that
if
doesn't
it's still
watch
the
much-
same people writing it, it doesn't
Right.
matter.
Yeah,
Correct.
it changes nothing. And in fact, it's probably better if they just leave Jonathan Majors Kang in, because at least they're not ruining a character that is iconic character like Doctor Doom, that is one of the most prominent villains in all of comic books. You know what I mean? So the fact that the decision was made to not have Doctor Doom and to have Kang already from these the people that are involved in the creative standpoint, that's a problem in and of itself. So if you're going to bring Doctor Doom in now because you know you've badly fucked up, I don't think it changes anything. In fact, I've heard like all the complaints about Thrawn and Ahsoka.
Mhm.
I feel like that's the same path we're heading down with Doctor Doom coming into this. That's what I feel like we're heading towards. It's going to be discount Doctor Doom. It's going to be garbage.
Yeah.
You know.
We'll see. And those are just speculations that they might move on to Doom or something like that. But certainly Kang is not the big bad that they wanted him to be. And I guess it really does look like we was Kangs.
We was Kangs. All the reason I know about that video is because of you. So Ryan and his internet autism is off the charts. You guys have no idea. You think he's knowledgeable about Disney Star Wars or Disney or the EU Star Wars EU? You think he knows all about that? His EU knowledge ain't nothing compared to his internet autism knowledge, man. He knows all this crazy internet, like the depths of the internet hell, man. He knows it all. He knows it all.
I've seen things.
What up, Gary in the chat? What's up, Gary?
Peter Hewitt for 2. Ryan, would you want to top or bottom Will Smith? I would rather shoot myself in the head than have sex with a man. No,
he's not wrong.
That's my answer. Spider Claw for 5. Ryan, finally got to see your stream with Theory and Mahler. Was incredible. Need to get him on TMNE.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you very much. That was fun. It was a lot of fun. Nut Bunny for 14. Men in back.
Oh my God.
Somebody said Independence Gay.
Welcome
earlier.
to Earth. Welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth. Tobias Nexus for 5. Hey, remember when Siskel and Ebert completely ruined the twist at the end of first Friday the 13th? I don't think we could ever truly trust them. I don't remember that.
Remember that? I mean, I guess it's a thing, but
the Hercules Hernandez show for 199. I still use physical media for gaming or movies. Elite Neo for 5. Will Smith in Collateral Booty. Elite Neo for 5. Will Smith in The Pursuit of Slappiness. Gaming Baker for 3. Another meaning for Men in Black. Black Girl Magic for 2. Will Smith in Independence Gay. A Serious Man for 2. Legend of Bugger Vance.
God darn it, man.
Golden Nuggets for 5. Bill Burr's wife at UFC. Cringe. Should have known he was cucked when he started Mandalorian. Went mainstream. Fuck Marvel. I'm going to be honest. I think that the reaction to Bill Burr's wife flipping off Trump has been insane from people that have been like standing against cancel culture for forever. It's fucking wild to me that people are like saying you shouldn't support this person, don't support this one, or like because someone's wife has a political opinion.
Well,
and
I think
especially coming from the same people that chant fuck Joe Biden. You know what I mean? It's like insane to me the level of backlash that happened because of that.
What my question would be though was, would we see a Hollywood actor's wife flipping off Barack Obama in that setting? And the answer is no. And that's the problem with it. And if a Hollywood actor's wife was flipping off Barack Obama in that setting, that Hollywood actor would be canceled because his wife flipped off Barack Obama.
So you think we should cancel someone because of that?
I'm just saying that if we're going to play by those rules, we play by those rules.
Yeah, I don't think we need to play by those rules. And I think if you think it's fucking cringe for that to happen, you should say it's cringe for it to happen in that. Like 20,000 people, Madison Square Garden, everybody's fucking cheering for Trump. It was fucking awesome. And then you have Bill Burr's wife, who Bill Burr wasn't even looking at her. Like, you know what I mean? He was looking at, he didn't even see it happen. And
I think she should get roasted.
We need to give Bill Burr the Bud Light treatment. That's what I saw a lot of these stupid.
Well,
fucks.
not him, but her.
No,
I'm saying
that's what
her.
People were saying. That's what I'm saying. The backlash towards Bill Burr's been insane. Like they want to cancel Bill Burr, which regardless if you like him or not, because his wife flipped off Donald Trump. What are we talking about?
Keep your woman in check, Bill. That's what I think.
I suppose.
Keep her in check, Bill.
Mike has bad knees for 5. Majors is portrayed more menacingly in Creed 3 than he was in MCU. He's not convincing as a big bad. Thank you, Mike. Gremlin Anku for 5. Yay, the Bills fired Dorsey. Bills
Ken Dorsey
imploded last night.
I was live, but I heard they lost to the Broncos, like we were kind of talking about. Like, remember that on Sports Wars?
But like they should have won. They had some wild penalties that really gave the ball back, and then they had 12 men on the field for a last-second field goal. They got missed initially, so they got to retry it, and they made it, and that's how the Broncos won. Taker for 2. Just make the fans the villain in Avengers 5. There you go. Andrew, hand-cucked. Thank you. Japanese demon lord of beer Lucifer for 5. Ryan just admitted he's trans while answering what guy he'd rather sleep with. Giggles and bits for 2. In pursuit of happiness. Elite Neo. Will Smith in 7 poundings. Credit to Russ Williams in the chat.
God dang it, dude.
Dom H. British police have arrested that hockey player charged with manslaughter. I think that's wild. Lord of the Ree for $1. At the risk of outing myself as a hipster F-slur, my favorite physical media to collect is music, especially vinyl records. Each one is a piece of art, and I like having something physical that's mine. Thank you, Lord of the Ree. I damn near read that just because it's like in the, like, just because it's, I didn't read it from Rumble. I read it from the document. I was just going through. Lord of the Ree for $1. They're going to take Dr. Doom and put a chick in it, make her lame and gay. They probably will. I think we're all caught up.
All caught up. Man, we've had a great day. We hit nearly 3,000 viewers here on YouTube, and we're over 400 on Rumble. So shout out to all of you. Really do appreciate all the support you guys give us, whether platform it's on. It really is awesome. I know we had a great daily yesterday as well. So you just leaving the super sticker up there, Ryan?
Well, I'm gonna say it. Andrea K, super sticker, $3.
Okay,
thank you.
Okay. I didn't know. Just interrupt me. You do it all the fucking time anyway.
I'm just waiting for you to finish talking.
Okay. I don't want us to argue. People may think we're the end of G&G or something like that, because we've never argued
together 5 times a week or something.
We've never argued ever. It was only on Friday Night Tights one time. Like, it's the only time it's ever happened. Man, it's like people don't watch, but yeah, I don't like Ryan. So hopefully this is the last stream we ever have. We'll see.
What's your first thought for 2? 6 degrees of separation, more like 8 inches. Pool noodles for 10. We lay together, we gay together. Bad boys, no wife.
Oh, Will Smith. Oh.
Hancock 2, murder in the back. Just killing him. Dash for 2, Will Smith and gay boys.
Oh, man. God. Let's see. What's Yellow Flash say in the chat? They said Jeremy was fired from FNT. Yeah. Wishful thinking there for some people, I guess.
No, unfortunately, Jeremy will return.
I will return. I ain't going no damn where. I only leave weekly shows that I have no use for the people that are on them, and that's just not the case with Friday Night Tights. So anyway.
Penniless Clown for 199. Will Smith and I Homo. Thank you.
Oh man. Jesus Christ. The whole chat's just sent us super chats of Will Smith memes now. Holy crap.
Wild Wild West 2, The Ballad of Dirty Sanchez from Taryn the Black.
Oh shit.
Nice liberal talking point from Sonic Boom. Now, I think it's really cringe for someone to say we should give the Bud Light treatment to someone because of something that their wife did when they weren't even looking at them in like one moment, and to get so offended over someone telling Donald Trump to like go fuck himself when we literally chant. I've chanted fuck Joe Biden. It's fucking. I think it's really cringe and gay personally.
Yeah, I just again, I mean, in isolation, I agree with you in isolation, but and that's also somebody says, Jeremy, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Yes, they fucking do in this situation, and the reason we're in the situation is because we're too fucking nice to the fucking crazy leftists out there. They fucking hate you. They want you dead. They do. They want you fucking dead. So there ain't no playing nice with people on the left. That's just how it is. Like the moment you're nice to somebody on the left, that they will go after you. They have no sympathy. They have no shame. I guarantee you, Bill Burr's wife probably hates my entire existence because I'm a Trump supporter. She probably like, I don't think you're a bad person if you're a Biden supporter. I think you're a fucking idiot probably, but I genuinely understand there's people out there that don't like Trump for legitimate reasons. Totally get that. But it like for you to like flip off the president of the United States or the former president of the United States because he's too popular in the arena you're in. Like, I don't like Barack Obama. I wouldn't flip Barack Obama off if he suddenly showed up to an event that I was at. I just think that there's a certain level of like that. Like, I don't know. It just does. It's weird to me. So
I think it's wild for people complain about other people not being able to accept other points of view to then literally call for the cancellation and giving the Bud Light treatment to someone whose wife has an opinion they don't like. I think it's silly.
I mean, I have nothing against Bill Burr though. I mean,
I don't think Bill Burr's based. I don't think Bill Burr's like on our side. I think Bill Burr is kind of like a pretty generic, normal person, probably slightly to the left, that just thinks a lot of like the stuff going on nowadays is like a lot of the woke stuff is like dumb. But I don't think he's like some base dude. I'm not like sitting there trying to defend Bill Burr. I just think it's ridiculous when some people take these things to the next level and completely invalidate any other points that they've actually made along the way, like fighting against cancel culture or speaking out against stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like, you know, everything changed with Trump in 2016, and that was we never had athletes like declining to go to the White House over politics until Trump. You know what I mean? And how disrespectful is that? That athletes go, I'm not going to show up to the White House for the president because I disagree with him. That's never really been a thing. And if it was a thing, you would be chastised. It would be a death sentence for your career to do something like that, to disrespect a sitting president. And now it's like after Trump, it's like, it's just so easy. Like everybody can just be disrespectful because it's Trump. And it's like still the fucking president of the United States. Show a little respect for the office like we always have before. And now that they've done, they set the precedent with Trump. They set the precedent with Trump. So now it's like, all right, we'll play by your rules if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but it's like we sell merchandise. Fuck Joe Biden. Let's go, Brett. You know what I mean? It's to do that and then get so triggered over that.
Hold on. But the Let's Go Brandon is just as much about an anti-media establishment that tried to cover up that a few fans were chanting something, and the media lied about it. The media never lied about that moment. That moment doesn't become a viral sensation. It's just as much about the media.
Sure,
yeah, it's just as much about an anti-media chant as it is Joe Biden. But you telling me that's the first time that a president's ever been chanted against at a public event? No, it was because the media lied about it in front of our faces like we're too stupid to realize it. And that's what that movement was about. And that movement has continued to carry steam because it's just as much about the anti-media as it is anti-Joe Biden. You know what I mean?
And the premise is fuck Joe Biden. And that's what people have been saying. People are wearing fuck Joe Biden stuff at UFC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, man, I think people take shit way too fucking seriously when someone might have a different opinion than them politically, while they're still claiming they want to be embraced for their different opinion. Will Smith's hand on cock. Thank you. Raw Butt. The Gatekeeper 2. Will Smith now starring in Blackened Men. Will Smith, an enemy of the straight. That's good, Daryl. TJ. Let's see.
TJ.
I honestly believe at this point, if I never bought another game, just tried slamming out the games I have, I'd probably die of old age before finishing all of them. I missed half the PS3, 360, PS4 gens due to my dumbassery. And then second part of that, that's $70 total. So still have 2 gens worth of games to catch up on, but I'm more addicted to blowing money and buying games than actually playing them.
Yeah,
Well,
I get that. Like for me, like I was telling Ryan, like I've never really played I've talked about this on stream too. I haven't played through the GTA games really. Like I did play 3, I think, you know what I mean? But it's been so long, and I played the top down ones, but I kind of want to play through the GTA games maybe on stream, since I've never really experienced them. They've never been my cup of tea. But there's just so many games to go through. Dude, what was it? 12? I think it was 12 years ago yesterday. Arkham City released. Did you see that? Was it 12 years? Has it already been 12 years though? No
10,
way. It's
12,
12.
something like that.
Holy shit! It has been 12 years. Arkham City is such a phenomenal experience. Like, would you put Arkham City top 10 all time?
I mean, I don't know if I'd have to think about a top 10 list, but it's pretty impossible not to. The game's awesome.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And it still looks so good in that clip that was going around.
It does. God, it looks good, man. Arkham City is fantastic. It really is.
Taker for 2. 2024 is going to be rough for Disney, Marvel, Star Wars. Yeah, it is. They don't have much coming out.
Yeah.
Deadpool is the only, well, Marvel's got a couple of shows and stuff, but Deadpool's the only big thing they have.
I will say though, and I've always talked about it, like I think Arkham City is the better game. I prefer Arkham Asylum to Arkham City.
I like Arkham City better, and I think it's better.
Yeah, it is better. I just like the small, contained Arkham Asylum, and I'll never forget the Scarecrow moment in Arkham Asylum the first time. It freaked me the hell out. I had no idea what was going on. You know what I mean? I was like, what the hell's happening right now? It literally freaked me out the first time I experienced that Scarecrow moment. One of the greatest moments in video game history, in my opinion.
Quentin says, you had it right, Jeremy. President of the United States.
45, 47.
Elsa Barrett for 16. Fresh Prince of Ball Hair. Thank you. And I think we're caught up.
All right. So a hell of a stream today. Geeks and Gamers Play is going live today. Jay, Drunk 3PO, will be streaming. Then we have Tuesday night's main event here on the main channel. And I think we're going to run, I don't know if we're running a game later after that. I'll have to let you know. But what a great stream. And I really appreciate all of you, whether it's on Rumble, whether it's on YouTube. We appreciate your time, your passion, your whatever super chats, likes, comments. It's all appreciated. So thank you guys for continuing to help Geeks and Gamers grow. So Ryan, what do you got going on?
Nothing. Just making videos. That's pretty much it.
There we go. All right, guys. Have a good day. And again, subscribe to Geeks and Gamers Play. And we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.